Hello, 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 hello to all of the lost souls that wander the late nights with me here on Highdeology. What it do, what it do, what it do. My name is Paul Zigo, and this is a beautiful song, but we're going to stop it. We're going to stop it. We don't need the song right now. How's everybody doing? What's it be like today? How's life out there in the streets? Thank you for the 99 cents there, Cloud Massacre. Yeah. YouTube, like, the funny thing about it is like, so for those of you that don't know, Deep Fat Fried premiered video tonight was taken down by YouTube, and it was really nothing spicy in it at all, but apparently it somehow violated their terms of services or whatever the fuck, and who cares? At this point, it's almost routine to us to get butt fucked by YouTube when we're making them money. So nobody's shocked. Nobody's appalled. You know. Whoa, I just flipped myself. Dude, should I do the whole show upside down? No, I was trying to mirror. Okay, there we go. Trying to fix that. That drives me nuts. Good to see me. Good to be here. How you doing there, Ryuk? Sorry, by the way, that you guys can hear my fan when I talk. I know that's annoying when streamers like have noise gates, and like when I stop talking, you get that like brief little. Those of you who have the ear trained to hear it will hear it, but I'm sorry, I'm just not turning my fan off. Well, if you don't hear my fan, then all the better. That just means that the equipment that I bought is working as intended. But it's pretty loud, but it just feels nice. It just feels nice to have my fan going right now. Anyway, yeah, YouTube sucks, man. What do you want to do? Nothing wrong with the video. It was literally just three dudes very calmly discussing like like politics and shit, history. That's all it was. There was no racism, no sexism, no violence, no bullshit. I mean, we talked about some people who might have advocated for violence at points in history, but I mean, is that verboten on YouTube now to talk about historical figures? What's on the agenda? As usual, nothing, my friend. Most of the times that I do these, I don't come into them with a very clear idea of what I want to do. I think one of the things that makes Highdeology so attractive to me is that it's an exercise of my ability to kind of take what the chat gives me and make a show out of it. A little improvisational test or whatever. Plus, I just like the conversational nature of it rather than coming here to preach at you about something. Sometimes I do. Sometimes there's some shit I really want to talk about and I come with an agenda, but most of the time I just kind of want to talk, just kind of want to hang out. It feels like some people at YouTube just like randomly taking down videos to be cruel. Now, to be fair, we upload these videos, of course, a couple days before they go live, so we're not doing it last minute. And the first time we uploaded this video, it got flagged. Even before it went live. We uploaded a unlisted and it got flagged. We appealed the flag and they almost immediately rescinded it. And so we were like, cool. We premiered it tonight, and as soon as it went live, they flagged it again for the same reason. So we already, that's the beauty of this, is like, that's the behind the scenes shit that you guys don't know. We already appealed this very flag when we uploaded the video unlisted. they came back and said, hey, we were wrong, rescinded the flag and gave us the green light to go ahead and release it to our fans. We do that, and then they pull it. Dude, you got to love it. Yeah, we re-uploaded it. Well, I mean, we had it uploaded for archiving purposes to Vimeo anyway, but we gave a Vimeo link to our patrons so they can see it. And we were talking about it a little bit. I don't know. We might just end up giving it to the plebs as well. Just like making a video with the Vimeo link in the description so that people that really want to see it can go see it or whatever. But for now, everybody just gets an extra episode today, a different one. Too dangerous. 3 fucking fat stoners sitting around fucking discussing politics is just too much. Now, if it had been 2 fat neckbeards, I think YouTube probably would have went with it. But 3 fucking fat neckbeards sitting and talking simultaneously about politics in this country, too spicy. Too spicy for the tubes. Third neckbeard's the charm. Yeah, the neckbeard that broke the camel's back, bro. You have this exact same mug. Isn't it nice? It's pretty good. I got nothing but good things to say about these mugs. I don't know who makes them. I can't really lift this up. I'm afraid I'm going to spill my tea. But yeah, I named this Sipping the Tea, not because I plan on doing any drama or anything, but because I had some tea, and it was the first thing that came to mind. Got some nice hot tea with some lemon. My voice has been pretty scratchy. Some of that is from the smoking that I do, but most of it is from the allergies that I have. We're having a little bit of a false spring here in Louisiana, where the temperatures are just right that, all the plants want to bloom and shit. Fuck, did I leave my lighter out there like an idiot? I probably did. Son of a biscuit. Well, I'll go get it here in a minute. I don't need it now. YouTube just doesn't like you because you actually substantively criticize them instead of making makeup tutorials or enslaving your cute children. Well, maybe that would help us. Maybe we need to add a 4th member of DFF, but a member that's like a child that we can exploit for views. You know what I mean? We can play mean pranks on them and pick on them and then tell them we're just kidding at the end, and that makes it all better. And I bet YouTube would be fine with that. Oh, thank you, baby. My girlfriend heard me bitching, brought my lighter. What a wonderful woman. What a wonderful woman. Add a duck. Yeah, but like, people would feel bad for a duck if we made fun of it. Nobody feels bad for a child, you know? Yeah, we could have like a whole Daddy 05 situation where we just like have a kid on and we're just mean to him because he doesn't know as much as us. And then like at the end of the episode, we go, dude, we were just kidding. You're cool. And then we end the episode. We like scare him. We tell him we have cancer. We're just like, dude, we found out we all have cancer. And he's like, we let him cry through the whole episode. And then at the end, we're just like, just kidding. We don't have cancer, you dumb shit. Anyway, like and subscribe if you want to see me torture my kids more. What kind of fucking model was that, man? Can you believe that dude was successful on YouTube for as long as he was? Tell him TJ died in a car crash and then tell him just kidding at the end. Yeah. or like stage this like whole like we beat each other to death with a bunch of fake blood and shit. Just do like a big old kayfabe fight in the studio that we film, and the kid's just freaking out in the corner, and we just lay there for like 20 minutes while he cries in the corner, not sure what to do, and then we all get up and pretend to be zombies and scare him even worse, and then we go, just kidding, you dumb little fuck, stupid little kid, you're fine, it was just a joke. Harden the fuck up. Anyway, like and subscribe. Anyway, like and subscribe for more child torture. How you know that nickname, Coin Crazy? Who the fuck is you? You must be a PK to know that nickname. That's not a nickname I get called around here in these YouTubes, you know what I mean? Coin Crazy. Which one of you dorks over there is it's Coin Crazy? Anyway. Hello there, fellow PK and follower of her. Howdy, Paul. Howdy, chat. Passes J. Thank you, Ricklin. Well, in your honor, I just finished doing it, but I mean, since you passed the J, let me just go ahead and put the smoke screen back up again. I'll back a little ball here and take another hit. Keep the trees. You'll never tell for her. Dude, I'll figure it out because I know there's some dork that's all Bitcoin mad over there, dude. And all I got to do is go look into, just ask around a little bit and be like, which one of you dorks does nothing but Bitcoin? And then bada bing, dude, I'm going to have your name. I'm going to know who you are, dude. Yeah, we need to start marketing our shit like that. Instead of... Oh, shit. Hold up. Technical difficulties. Oh, my goodness gracious. Okay, that's enough of that. That you know what? I should have just passed that J without taking a hit. But it's not your fault. It's not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. We need to start marketing our shows like that. Like, instead of naming them after the topic and stuff, we need to start, like, finding some clickbait way. So, like, on the Dahmer episode, I think that episode was called Inside the Mind of Jeffrey Dahmer or something. We should have called it something like Jeffrey Dahmer ate his what? Question mark, question mark. And then have like like a picture of TJ going like Dude, I don't know. People wouldn't do it if it didn't work, but that clickbait shit, it just makes me run. I just see that shit happening. Like I see a fucking blatant clickbaity title coupled with a clickbaity thumbnail, and I'm just like, I ain't clicking on that shit. That's for them Zoomers to click on, man. That shit gets Zoomers. They're attracted by like bright lights and flashing colors and human faces and shit. They're like apes. The Zoomer generation, basically, we've been talking about how we've been walking backwards as a species, and I think the Zoomers are the first ones to take a step back down the evolutionary ladder, back to the apes. Don't insult apes like that. I'm kidding. Don't fucking cry about it, Zoomers. I'm just joking. I know that there are Zoomers out there in the audience. Don't get all triggered and whatnot. You hit dislike on... Dude, I got to tell you, I never interact with YouTube's like and dislike fucking system. Almost never. I can't remember the last time I fucking did any of that shit. I don't do that shit. Like, since YouTube moved from the star system, which was really cool because it let everybody act like a critic. Like, you could give somebody like 4.5 stars on a video, or 3 stars on a video, or 1 star if it sucked, or half a star if it really sucked, or like 5 stars if it was great. You had all this like granularity in what you could do. And then all of a sudden they moved to this stupid fucking Web 2.0 thumbs up, thumbs down thing that's totally fucking meaningless. I'm telling you right now, Meds, one of the little dirty secrets of YouTube is dislikes make you just as much money as a like does. Dude, dislike, all it does when you dislike a video is tell YouTube, hey, this is controversial. People will watch this. We can put ads on it, and makes them fucking pimp it more. So if I were you, I'd stop doing it if you know, like, the goal is to hurt a clickbait video. The best thing you can do is to not click on the fucking video at all, because that's why it's called clickbait, because they don't care if you watch. They get paid because you got clickbaited into clicking something that isn't what it is. So if you already clicked on that thing and then hit downvote, you've already they don't care. You actually paid them twice. No, I'm not trying to be a dick about it. I'm just letting you know. I didn't know that shit before I started doing YouTube. But dude, that's like the thing. Is like, people will, like, sometimes in our community, there'll be like this downvote fiesta, right? We'll make an episode where somebody does something that people don't like, and it's like got like, you know, 25% downvotes or something, and there'll be people like going like, dude, you see that downvote ratio? SMH, bro. Like, they don't know what they're doing, bro. And I'm just like, dude, those downvotes paid us probably harder than the fucking upvotes did, because it made it look like a you know, sort of controversial video, which is exactly what YouTube wants. It wants a video that's going to get people arguing, but not too hard. It's like, you helped us, you dumb fuck. Whatever. I'm letting out I am spilling the tea tonight, I guess. I didn't mean to, but I'm letting you in on all our little dirty secrets here on YouTube. Yeah. That's one I'm not a lot like, dude, so many people think that upvote, downvote thing is an actual referendum on the shit they're watching. No, it ain't. It's part of the algorithm. It just helps shit get shared. Spilling the fucking dirty secrets of YouTube, yo. It's called engagement. That's exactly right. People that make videos about their children need to be strung up. All right, Jason. Thank you for being a fucking edgelord as usual. I mean, you got to stand out, right? You got to stand out from the crowd, right? Oh my God, Jason. Can you just fast forward fucking 10 years and be a 30-year-old so I can fucking talk to you like a human being? Can you do that shit for me? I know children can't consent, dude. I'm not arguing against what you said. I'm just saying, like, you just come fucking running out of the ether with this comment. You know, we were talking about fucking people using their kids in YouTube videos like an internet year ago by my watch. You know what I mean? Like, you just had to come through, though. Nobody said... Fucking Jason, man. That's why I love him, though. He's like he's like the eternal derailer. I love you too, Jason. I mean, you know, I don't say that back to people. Like, we YouTubers get this weird parasocial I love you shit, and I really don't say that to people, but I do love Jason. I've met Jason. Jason's an old friend of mine, goes way back. He's a stupid fuck, but he can't help it. He was born that way. Can you talk to me? You want to get on Discord and talk to me? I'll leave it up to the fucking people watching. People in the chat that are active. 1, if you want me to let Jason talk to me for a minute. 2, if you want me to tell him fucking no. 1 in the chat for yes. 2 in the chat for no. 3 for the manatee. I see a lot of 1s. It's looking pretty fucking landslidey here. As always, the manatee well represented. All right, Jason. Let me pop on the Discord over here, and I'll give you a little Buzzy Buzz. Once again, man, I will fucking come find you if you drop N-bombs on my stream and get my fucking channel banned. I know you won't. Well, I don't know you won't. That's why I always have to say it before I fucking call you on stream. But I'm pretty sure you won't, but I just want to remind you. You're going to be in trouble. You can be in trouble. You give me my fucking channel. I've had this channel since 2007 or 2006 or some shit. It's older than you are, you little fucking twerp. Oh, anyway, that was mean. That was unnecessarily mean. Here we go. I'm gonna call Jason right now. Here we go, and there's a voice call. DeedlyD, what's up, buddy?
Hey, dude.
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
I'm working a 9 to 5, so I don't have a lot of energy to be a fucking meme lord.
Dude, you got a Dolly Parton finally?
Yeah.
Now hold on. A real straight out Dolly Parton. 925 40
Well, it's
hour.
actually more like 410s.
Oh,
410s.
Okay. 410s is dope because you get that extra day.
I love it.
Well, cool. Congratulations, Jason. Has it added any perspective? Are you still living in metaphorical reality, or has getting a 9 to 5 changed your perspective on that?
This is going to seem a little pretentious coming from me, but I feel myself growing up really quickly doing this job.
Job.
I feel myself growing up really, really quickly. Like, dude, I'm a completely different person than I was a week ago.
Well, that's good. I mean, I think that kind of changes a little sus, but whatever, dude. I'm not going to mock it. Good for you, Jason.
I'm a delivery driver, and I make really good money.
Dope. A lot of people are doing that. You driving for like one of the...
For Amazon.
Amazon. Oh, okay. Dope.
Yeah, but I'm subcontracted. But I mean, this guy that hired me is like handing out raises like fucking candy. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, check you out, buddy. Look at you.
I'm making boku
from
bucks.
Absolutely irredeemable anime fapping Dota 2 playing edgelord to fucking successful dude with a job and prospects and fucking grown up. And look at where you come, dude.
I mean, I had a job, but now I have a job.
Well, dude, be honest. I mean, the job you had, yeah, you worked at it, but it was like a part-time thing, and it wasn't all that. You know what I mean? There wasn't a whole like sword of Damocles hanging over.
It wasn't a job.
It wasn't a job, exactly.
This is a fucking job.
You're already talking like a working man. Listening to you. Listen to you over here. 2 weeks on the fucking job, or what? When did you start?
Yeah. No, exactly. You're exactly right. I'm
2 weeks on the job, and you've already matured fucking 10 years, Jason. Listen.
Yeah, I work 11 in the morning to 9 at night.
Damn.
It's actually really good. Like, I like that because as soon as I get home, I make dinner and I go to bed, and it feels really good. I get to take my lunch whenever I fucking want. I have freedom in this job, dude. I love it.
Jason, I gotta tell you how proud I am of you, dude.
Oh, Paul.
I gotta tell you. From one friend to another, I got to tell you, man, watching you grow up has been a pleasure, Jason.
Oh.
You was always smart. You were just too dumb to be smart, you know what I mean? And now you're smart enough to be smart.
My dad said the same thing to me the other day when I showed him like the website and my job description, and I like kind of let him peek at how much I was making an hour, and he was like, "Jason, I'm so proud of you." I fucking cried.
That's awesome,
and
dude.
And I'm crying right now.
Oh, Jason, dry those tears, sir.
There's no lying, dude. I'm crying.
Well, you know what? Sometimes the feels happen here on Highdeology. You know what I mean? As the Big Lebowski said, strong men also cry, Jason.
So
strong
the
men.
last time that we talked, it was a little weird. Things were weird.
Yeah, you were in a weird place. I could tell.
But.
Yeah.
Nothing happened beyond what I said, right? Everything kind of cooled down. We're cool. We're chill.
Right.
The custody battle's over. My family is kind of, rehabilitating and sort of building the bridges again. And I have this job, and my brother, actually, is going to be a teacher. So he's fucking moving up in the world.
Everything's
so just nothing but
roses.
good news.
Yeah, everything's coming up roses. I've been in a similar situation, Jason. I got to be honest with you, in my personal life. Now, I won't talk about a lot of it here, but, you know, maybe I'll hit you up after this and I'll let you know what's been going on in Paul's ego land. But
I love every opportunity I have.
Things are good, dude. You know, things are looking up. A lot of the business stuff is going really well, and you know, some personal good news stuff. So yeah, man. Hey, look at us having a big old love fest over here.
I finished Dune, and I just got it. Well, me finishing Dune came right up against me getting the job, right? So I'm staying up late and I'm reading this. I'm glued to this book every night. So the night of my orientation into the job was the night that I finished the book, and it was kind of like, it literally felt like perfect timing, because like I said, if you read the last message I sent to you on Discord, the book was so true to my life. It was just immediately like, as soon as I finish the book, I get the job and everything starts going well for me, you know.
I'm telling you, dude, I had a similar experience with Dune. Dune came earlier in my life. I was a youngster when I ran into Dune. My dad gave it to me because I was going out of my fucking mind. When puberty hit, my fucking brain went crazy. Yeah. So I was having all this shit, didn't understand it, and I was raised at a time too where it wasn't like common for you to take your kid to go get psychological help. You know what I mean? And
the book is fucking incredible.
Yeah, no, it came.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just wanted to blurt that out.
No, I fucking blurted out as many times as you want, because I fucking agree. That's why I'm always fucking hard for Dune, and why I'm always like fanboying Dune, and I'm always trying to get people into it, because that book came around at a time in my life where like I didn't have anybody to help me.
Yeah.
And what I read in that book, through its own weird fucking way, helped me.
Yeah,
I learned verbatim. I don't know it all the way through anymore, but when I was a fucking 14-year-old, I learned the litany against fear. Right. I could do
Fear is the mind killer.
The Mentats chant. I could do. Yeah. Because those helped me, because they would help me go to sleep. I would lay down after reading Dune and put my head on the pillow and do the litany against fear.
Oh yeah. Do you want to know my favorite character? I don't think it will surprise you.
Well, let me try and guess.
Okay.
Who is Jason's favorite character?
Bar none, hands down. This, to me, is the best well-written character, the best strung out, and just like this character's movement through the book was like awe-inspiring for me, really, truly.
I don't know. Just tell me.
Jessica.
Jessica. A good choice.
I fucking love this character.
She's got a great journey, dude.
Yeah.
And a strong female character to boot. She's not damseled, you know what I mean? She's kind of like her own kind of power.
Are spoilers allowed in your Highdeology chat?
Sure. I mean,
minor spoilers.
As long as you let people know, like, hey, tune out for a little bit if you're reading. If you're
Dune. Planning on reading Dune, don't fucking.
I usually don't care about spoilers at all, but for Dune, I do.
So there's a scene, right? You're intimately familiar with the books, so you're gonna know what I'm talking about. When Paul and Jessica are tied up, right? And the Baron orders them to be taken out into the desert and killed, right?
Right.
And Paul, right before they're about to be killed, Paul attempts it, and he barely manages it. Yeah. And then Jessica they're both like, you know, lying there naked, about to be cut open by these guys with their knives, right? And then Jessica speaks to them and says, "You two aren't planning on raping me, right?" And they just go ballistic. I mean, that's my favorite scene in the whole book.
Right.
That scene is like Paul. It's almost like I don't know. It's almost like he's still too young to not let fear.
Let me explain to you what it is, dude. He didn't understand,
because he trembles, and she notices that he trembles, and that's when she steps in.
Right. Well, here's the thing. You remember in the book how the Kwisatz Haderach can do what we can do, and I'm talking about the Bene Gesserit. Can do what we can do, but he can go to that place that we can't go. So Paul was still coming into his own, as both a mentat, which he is, and as a Bene Gesserit brother,
Right.
secretly trained by his mother, right? So what he didn't understand yet, and it's huge in the book if you remember, femininity is something that he has access to that he's not supposed to.
Right.
And so when he is incapable of using the voice, she goes straight to the "you're not going to rape me, are you?" Because she's showing him in that moment. It's an object lesson, and it saves them. That the voice is a feminine charm, and you have to tap into that feminine side in order to use the voice. And if you're not in touch with it, you can't do it properly. And so she goes to easily the most fucking feminine,
the most obvious thing, because she's lying there naked and they're talking about her, right? So
exactly.
And then right after that, after they steal the ornithopter and they fucking fly off, right? The first time that they're in the tent, that's when Paul's visions begin, and he starts his like mental journey through space, right? So it's like that scene to me really, really felt like he was like on the precipice of becoming an adult, and he had his last moment of hesitation. That was his last moment of hesitation, really.
Yep.
And because he does for the rest of the book, he's just an adult that nobody can control from that point onward.
Yep. Let's stop. I love nerding Dune, but there's a lot of people plugging their ears.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. I mean, it's no big deal. I just have a lot. Like, I hype Dune up a lot, and I know there's a lot of people that watch me that are planning on reading it and or planning on seeing the film when it comes out.
I'm not going to spoil anything else, but
okay.
So the spoilers are done. I dearly hope that Jessica's powerful role in the book is portrayed correctly in the movie. I really hope that. You know?
Yeah.
I hope they don't make it all about the son. I really do.
No, me too. I agree.
She is number 2, if not number 3.
I mean,
to the Duke.
The trailer, the theatrical trailer that they released, it
hides her.
It doesn't hide her. It actually features her way more than I thought we were going to see her.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it definitely, the trailer is more centered on Paul, and
right.
But I think that Jessica has a good chance of being pretty instrumental because, you know, Denis wanted to, like, in the interviews and stuff that I've watched with Denis, he kind of talks like Peter Jackson would talk about Lord of the Rings. Like, he's got a reverence for this book. He wanted to be true to the book. He wanted to be true to the themes of the book. One of the things that bothers me about the movie that I haven't talked about yet because I didn't catch it is they seem to have replaced the word jihad with crusade. Which seems like a really politically correct, unnecessary kind of capitulating thing because, like, jihad was used throughout that book for a reason.
Right.
And I hadn't noticed that, but that's actually in the trailer. Somebody delivers a line about they've started a great crusade, and that the word crusade doesn't appear anywhere in Dune.
Yeah, and the thing about the word crusade is that even if like, let's just take the most literal interpretation of jihad, right? That's not what crusade means.
Right.
Like, it's the wrong word. It's not just politically correct, it's just wrong.
Well, a crusade is an attempt to claim land and forcibly convert that land for Christ.
Right, and that's not what's going on in the book at all.
A jihad is an ideological war where you have heretics in your midst and you have to war against them in order to keep the purity of your true religion.
Right.
So there's a very, very distinct difference between the two. And I think that the decision was made just to appease Muslims, really.
Paul, I think that, and again, this is going to sound pretentious for me, but I mean it completely.
Right.
I'm not memeing here, right?
Michael Garrick says, plus jihad literally means my struggle, and crusade is not personal at all. Plus the spice is supposed to be oil. Right. So Dune is a metaphor for our ongoing tumultuous relationship with the Middle East. Remember, Dune is decades old.
Mm-hmm.
Not a new book at all. New movie coming out about it, but it's older than me, and I'm 40.
Right. You and I both know.
I can't remember exactly the year Dune was written, but it's significantly older than
in the
me.
50s.
I believe so, 50s or 60s. And so this is a movie that was already, or not a movie, a book that was already aware of the odd relationship that we had with the Middle East, drew upon Bedouin Middle East cultures in order to create the Fremen that appear in the book. The Fremen and their entire culture and religion and way of life is based on nomadic Bedouin tribesmen, mostly Muslims from the peninsula. So it's like,
right.
To take that away from it is actually taking something from Muslims. Their representation in the movie has been replaced by Crusade, and I'm hoping that they didn't strip away all of the other references to Islam in the film when it comes to how it compares to the Fremen.
Right, and I hope that the mistake that they're making, right, is that when they use the word crusade, they're making it synonymous with jihad instead of replacing the entire concept. You know what I mean? Like, let's just hope that it's not as bad as it sounds.
Yeah.
Because if they intend on replacing the entire narrative, then why watch the movie and ruin your... I mean, it wasn't like watching Harry Potter ruined the movies, ruined the books for me just because they got things wrong and they replaced a few things, but like, it is a different story.
No, it is. I mean,
and the movies are always different stories.
They have to change things. Like, I don't know if you've read Lord of the Rings or not. I think you have.
I haven't.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, you should.
Everyone in my family other than me has read them.
You really should. Another.
I don't own a... My dad owns original copies, but he won't let me borrow them. They're like sacred texts to him.
Well, I mean, I'll hit you up afterwards and I'll get you some copies from Amazon. They're not that fucking expensive, dude. I'll have them sent to you. But you're in the Dune fucking mode now, so hit me up when you're done with Dune, because I don't like you got to keep reading the Dune books, dude.
I'm like probably 50 pages into the second one. Messiah.
Okay, good. Yeah, you got to keep going, because it keeps doubling down on defying your expectations for where it's going to go and what it's going to do and what its message is. So it's always interesting to read them because they're always adding something. You know what I mean? It's not trying to rehash, even though the books themselves, not to spoil anything, are really about rehashing the same theme.
Yeah.
It's about humanity replaying the same cycle over and over and over again, really, ultimately. But the books are fresh. So, yeah, but let me know when you're done with those, and I'll buy you one or I'll send you my copy and you can mail it back when you're done. I got a good, like, complete triple volume.
Sweet. Cool.
So whatever.
Well, anyway, I was gonna
or be cool and get a library card, says Brian Palmer.
When I said earlier that this is gonna sound pretentious. I was gonna go off on a tangent, and now that we're done talking about Dune, I can say what I was gonna say because I wanted to let you finish.
Uh-oh.
So this is gonna sound pretentious, but I mean it wholly and completely. Okay.
Okay.
I fucking miss you, dude. I really do.
Oh, Jason.
I want I understand that you're a busy guy, and I understand that things will never go back to the way they were in the beginning, where you were coming home from work every fucking night and I was calling you and we were talking.
Sure.
But I would like to talk to you more.
Well, dude,
and I don't want to argue about politics anymore because I'm so tired at the end of every day. I'm working so hard now. I'm on my feet for 10 hours a day now.
You ain't got to tell me about it, dude.
I don't have time. And I don't have time anymore to fucking meme about politics. I can meme, right?
Right.
But my life is so apolitical at this point.
Right.
I'm too busy. I'm too tired. I'm getting older. I'm getting tired.
I understand, Jason. I get it, dude. Trust me, I've been there. I've been down that road. I know what working a job feels great, but it wears on your body almost immediately. And you know,
I do love it though.
Over the years,
I'm getting stronger.
Well, you will. Yeah. I mean, I was in better shape probably when I was fucking running around all goddamn day and shit. But man, at the end of the fucking day, whoo, you're done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now you know what that is, you know?
But it's a good done feeling. It's a feeling of, hey, I actually accomplished something today rather than just fucking jerking off, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure. Dude, there's a one of the memes about what I do is that me and the dudes I work with don't work hard. Now, when it comes to like lifting shit, that's true. We really don't do that as part of our day to day. But dude, I don't stop working. I run a business. You know what I mean? We have content going out almost every fucking day in some capacity. We're filming almost every fucking day in some capacity. I'm streaming on the days that I'm not filming. You feel me? Like, in order to make money to do this, I have to fucking work, dude. And when I'm done, when I do get a day or two to like, dude, I'm bedraggled.
Yeah.
You know, and it's always been that way. But I don't know how to be any other way, dude. That was one thing that I always wanted to impart to you that I was never able to fucking get across that I wish I could have helped you with. Because, like, dude, I'm telling you, man, everybody's got to face it at some point.
Mm-hmm. There is a point in life where you stop replacing what you should be doing with fun, and you start trying to balance them.
Yeah.
And I'm learning right now how to balance them because I'm working 4/10s. I get 3 days off. In those 3 days off, I need to figure out how can I make the 4 days I'm working each week easier.
Right. Work smarter, not harder. Like, you think differently as a working person, right?
I'm becoming more pragmatic for sure.
You have to be.
Yeah.
You're also going to be way more budget conscious and shit. And I'm sure you already are. And like, you feel like you see what's happening. And like, that's something that like your generation in particular, when I look at the stats that say that like it's way more common now than it was when I was a kid for people to stay home until they're 25, 30, 35, 40, fucking all that shit is like not all that uncommon these days. And I'm not even shitting on people who stay at home and work, because you might still be living with a family member. That doesn't mean that you're exempt from this. I'm not trying to shit on you, but here's the thing.
I live with Claudia, but our relationship is slowly becoming more her dependent on me rather than the latter.
Well, I mean, it probably has been for longer than you think. You know what I mean? Having you around for someone of Claudia's age is a boon. You know what I mean?
Now that I have this, you know.
But now that you have the ability to fucking contribute monetarily, I mean, yeah, the roles are switching. She's in the twilight of her life, and you're in the fucking spring of yours, you know?
Yeah.
So, that's awesome, dude. No. It's great. I can hear it in your voice. I can hear it in your confidence and shit. Good shit, bro. And yeah, I ditto. Look, dude, I'm weird. You know me better than most. I'm fucking prickly. I'm prone to just ghosting people. You know this about me. Like I can't make an internet friend. I can't keep one. You know what I mean? Unless I'm working with that person on something. You know, but if it's just distance friendships, I can't even do that, dude. I don't even know how to do that. I don't know how to keep that shit up.
I mean, you were distant with some of the in-person, like you were distant with, I'm not going to name names, but you were distant with some of your most important relationships.
Oh, for sure.
And so, I don't blame you. I'm distant with people.
Of course.
I'm distant with the woman I live with.
All of us are, but that's the thing is like, you know me better than most, and you know I've got like, dude, I keep my circle small and ultra small. And you have at times been all the way up in that circle, at times not been. And that's just the way it is with me, man. Who's in there and who isn't is not really something I have a choice over. Well, it really is. I'm not going to try and blame it on somebody else because I'm doing it, right? But for me, it's like, I don't know. You know, at any rate, I am down to check in with you more often. We can hook up and play some fucking EverQuest or something and just chill.
Another thing, too, was that our friendship wasn't predicated on, but it did almost revolve around our mutual interest in video games, and I don't want that to be the focus of our relationship.
Well, no, anymore. I mean, because it was toxic as fuck, though. Like
hold on. It was a balance between toxic as fuck and absolutely hilarious.
Well, yeah. That's what kept it. That's what kept it amazing. Toxicity is hilarious. Can we just get on? Can we get like? Well.
Yes.
It is. Okay, let's just put it out there. Not all toxicity is hilarious, but some toxicity is fucking hilarious. And the beginnings of our friendship were hilariously toxic. hilariously fucking toxic from the start to finish, bro.
Yeah, Higgy's right. I want to make things more intimate. I do.
Well, okay. Well, that's fine. I mean, like, you got to realize that's gonna take time.
I'm kidding.
Well, that is what you're asking for. You're asking me for more of my
consistency, intimacy.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
With me, well, here's the thing. With me, it is.
No, you're right.
With me, it is because I consistently call my mom. I consistently talk to my girlfriend, and that's about it. That like I said, my circle's small, dude. The dudes I work with, obviously, but
are you on your phone a lot?
No.
No, I mean, like, do you keep your phone around you?
Yeah.
Or do you try to stay away from it?
I mean, it's not even in the room with me right now, so I'm probably not as bad as some people. But yeah, I have it on me most time.
I mean, I could text you.
Yeah,
or do you just want to keep this to Discord?
No. I'll give you my number. That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just after we're done here, I'll fucking throw it in there. And if I don't remember,
here's another thing too. Here's something really cool. The smartest things I have ever thought. You know what I mean? The best thoughts that have ever come to me when I'm working, and I'm on the highway looking at the road, just driving.
No, dude, I'm telling you, it engages a part of the fucking human brain that's necessary. I'm not saying
I love driving. I love it.
Me too. We share that.
I can think when I'm driving.
Yeah.
I can really fucking think.
Yeah. Well, I love driving too. So I'm glad that, you found something to do that's like at least interesting to you in that fucking way.
My parents, here's the hilarious thing. My parents thought that my brother and I would be the opposite because when I was growing up, I really wanted to be a biology teacher. You know that. I love biology.
Right.
And I'm really good at it. I can memorize it without even fucking trying.
Rattle off all the fucking facts and shit.
Oh yeah, I don't have to take notes in biology classes. I really don't. It just comes naturally to me. My brother is the teacher now, and I'm doing the job that he was going to do. He was going to do something down to earth and practical.
Right.
And I was going to be a teacher.
Dude, life is fucking weird, dude.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's just like I wish I could tell you it eventually settles into a pattern, but it doesn't. Like at least mine hasn't. Like everything's always kind of in flux, and I think that's part of the human experience. You know what I mean? And it's something that you don't have perspective on until you've gone through it, and you've seen this expectation get denied. But what replaces it is not bad; it's just different.
And I know you don't like Jordan Peterson, or you think he's a fucking meme, but something that he said recently hit me really hard. He said, "If you raise your children right, they will surprise you with how little you expected of them." Something like that. It was more like, if you raise your children right, they won't do anything that you expect when they grow up.
Sure. Well, I like the sentiment behind it.
There's nothing predictable about well-raised children.
Jordan Peterson, actually, this is really interesting. He actually said something recently that was interesting to me too. Okay. I heard a quote from him. I heard him say, "I'll suck your dick for a Zanny," and that moved me in a very.
Government came and took my baby. Suck your dick for a Zanny.
Sorry, that was mean. Oh shit! No. I agree with that. Sorry, I tickled myself. I just got a picture of Jordan Peterson, like all dirty. You know what I mean? Like he's been on the streets, but on.
Oh yeah. Him doing a live stream in his room, and he's all tearing up. He's tearing up, and he's like, "Suck a dick for that."
Oh shit, dude. Oh fuck. All right. Oh, I tickled myself there. Shit. Oh. No, dude. I don't know what it was, man. Because, here's the thing, dude. I've had to explain, well, not had to, but to 2 or 3 people, my relationship with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never been able to really put my fucking finger on what it is because like there are ample reasons that we probably shouldn't be friends. You know what I mean? And if it was two different people,
most of which are my fault.
well, no, whatever. I ain't pointing no fingers of blame here because I've been an asshole too. But
I'm just being honest.
Well,
You're not
fine.
pointing the finger. I am.
But I'm just saying, like, there are definitely like other friendships that have broken up over less, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yet here we still are. You know what I mean? And it's like there's a reason. The reason for that is I think you're pretty fucking smart. I think you're pretty fucking funny. Like you got a lot of potential. And I'm glad to hear things are going good with you.
Do you believe in fate, Neo?
No.
So I don't like the idea that I'm not in control of my life. I know exactly what you mean. That's my favorite movie.
You like The Matrix, huh?
That's my favorite. I lost my virginity watching The Matrix.
Well,
that movie is so fucking good.
It is good. I've never fucked during The Matrix, so you got
Really?
one up on me experientially there, yeah.
Really?
No, I've never fucked during The Matrix.
Well, it was a pretty good movie.
Dude,
if you know what I mean.
Michael Garrick says TMI, dude.
Michael
Garrick says TMI, dude. Are you somebody's grandma? Like, what the fuck? He just said he fucked during a movie. Like, what is this, church? Get the fuck out of here.
Like no one's ever fucked watching a movie.
Yeah.
Like that's never been done before.
How deviant. He lost his virginity watching a fucking movie. TMI, bro. Get out of here.
Like Netflix and chill has never happened.
Don't be a prude, dude. Don't be a prude. That's all I'm saying. There's plenty of places where you gotta watch your mouth, and this is one of the places where you only have to watch your mouth slightly.
Right. Do you believe in fate, Neo? Paul, do you believe in what was I gonna say? You were talking about how you can't put to words exactly what binds us as friends.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
And you said that friendships have been lost over less. And you can't.
Sure.
You've explained it to 3 people, but you haven't really been able to properly put it.
I always end up when I explain it, I always end up going, I don't know. Like I'm cautious, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. So I've never been able to put my finger on that.
Do you think it's because you see that I am the redemption arc of your story?
No.
No?
You see how quick that answer came. No, it ain't that.
Come on. I'm the redemption arc.
No, you ain't no redemption arc for me.
Oh, fuck.
No,
Come on.
dude.
I'm like Zuko in Avatar. Come on.
You'll be, dude. No. Don't walk, dude. You shouldn't even be thinking of yourselves in terms of walking the long, dusty fucking trail better than me, dude. You better find a better way to do it. Don't do what I did. Love this job. Okay. Love this fucking job. Mm-hmm. But please don't work it for like 10 fucking years, because then you'll have a back that doesn't work or knees that don't work, and you'll be all fucked up.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Temporary, but it's a good kind.
No. You gotta. Right. Well, you understand the ease of getting it now. And so you can move laterally. You can move to different positions. You can find a company that, you know what I mean? I'm just telling you, don't get too comfy with it. Because one of the reasons why I grabbed on so hard to what I do for a living now, when I got the fucking opportunity, not even to really, I wasn't offered like, hey, a lot of people think, I was come to and like immediately like the DP was like, people love you, come be on the show. And I was like, sure.
Right.
It wasn't like that. I came on the show a bunch of times, didn't get paid shit, and then started coming on as a regular guest and got tossed some money. Dude, as soon as I fucking saw that I could make money doing that shit, I grabbed at the brass ring. I grabbed the bull by the balls, right? And I hung on for dear life. Because the other jobs that I worked in my life, 8 years at Starbucks, 8 years at the school district. The other years unaccounted for are all fucking retail jobs. Wendy's, Blockbuster. It broke me. I'm fucked up. Like my posture is fucked up. My back is fucked up. My knees are way worse than they should be. And a lot of that has to do with...
There's something about them. Even though it feels good to do now that I'm active, there is something about the lifting and walking that will eventually just make me weak. at some point? I mean,
No, it
I thought
wears
that,
on your fucking joints and your tendons and shit. It's like, dude, athletes work out, but they also burn out
yeah, that's
because
true.
they excel. They push their body to these limits, and like that happens to people that work repetitive motion type of jobs. My mom is a perfect example of that. She worked like a factory job, same factory for 30 years. She had a neck surgery. She had to have a spinal fusion in her neck, where she's got a scar right here, like on her neck, right on the front of her neck, because they had to go in through the front to fuse her spine together.
Right.
Because she was so fucked up from lifting shit over her head for 30 fucking years of her life.
Remind me, your mother was responsible for cleaning out vats of molten metal, right?
That
Something like
that was one of the jobs she did out there.
One of them, yeah. I
mom
remember
did
that
pretty
story.
much. My mom did pretty much every job at that factory during those 30 years. Not a single one of them an easy job. So
I mean, every description you've had of it, it sounded like hell. So
it was cool hell though.
yeah,
I remember as a kid, because things were more lax back then, my dad and mom would sneak me in and show me some of the cool stuff and let me watch the bottles coming down while they were still red hot and being molded. So, you know, it's interesting shit, but I mean, fuck, man, it's like a death trap in there for sure.
yeah.
And she did that shit for 30 years, and what she paid for with it for is now she's, you know, not that old, man. She's in her early 60s. She retired, but she can't get around hardly anymore. She still walks. She's lucky there. She's not in a walker yet or anything like that, or a wheelchair.
She's walking, but she's not running.
Right. Yeah. She's just got pains, man. She's always dogged by the constant pains with her knees and her joints and her wrists and her elbows and just pretty much everything. And so I'm telling you, that repetitive motion lifting with your knees, lifting.
So how do you balance a job where you're active all the time with a job where you're sedentary all the time? How do you balance that?
Well, you come to the wrong guy for that. I don't really got a good sedentary balance, but I do know some ways that I could. I am working on some ways that I can improve my ergonomics when I'm working. One of the things, I wasn't even going to talk about this, but since it came up, I usually don't like talking about shit before it goes on. But I'm in the process of doing a redesign on my personal studio here.
Right.
And one of the things that I want to do is get multiple camera angles that I can toggle between, have multiple shots, right? And one shot that I want is me at a podium. Like I want to buy an old fucking podium from some old fucking Mason's Lodge or something and put a cool symbol on it and stand at the podium like I'm a preacher or a fucking old politician.
You believe in the healing power of the standing desk?
Well, that's another thing I was going to tell you. Those standing and kneeling desks are another way to be really better. But like, see,
kneeling?
For me, yeah, there's a kneeling desk that actually like you'll have to just look into it. Just look up kneeling desk and you'll see what but it's angled like this so that your knees aren't right on it. It's like floating you forward and putting the pressure on your knees and your thighs.
Well, I interrupted you. So you're in the process of getting a podium like
structure? So that I can stand, because honestly, like I sit a lot for my job, and while that's okay, it fucks my back up. It makes my posture worse. It makes my back hurt a lot. And so I feel better when I get, like, oftentimes people will see me turn off my camera, right? I'll show you guys what I do. So sometimes when I turn off my camera during the show or here, it's to smoke weed. Sometimes, and then sometimes I do this, and you guys never know it because I mute up my mic. And I change the picture, and I've got my mic on an arm that I can get up here and I can stand all the way off camera.
Right.
There was one show where my back was so fucked. I've got a bean bag in here that I chill on when I'm not, just playing video games or whatever. I pulled that thing over here and I laid my big fat ass on it like a whale, right? And I turned my camera off and I pulled the microphone down to my face. And you know what? Nobody fucking knew.
Yeah.
So that's the versatility that I want. Like, I want to be able to stand up, but not have to turn my cam off. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I'm a big.
You look good, Paul.
I'm losing weight.
You look good.
I'm fat as fuck still, but I'm losing weight.
Okay, yeah, but you stood up and I was like, that's a different Paul. You're a different Paul.
I've lost a little chunk. I'm doing good, dude. I'm trying my best. I really am. I feel healthier. The only bad thing is I picked up smoking again, but
Right.
hey, what are you gonna do? Everybody wants to die sometimes.
Yeah. Speaking of that, have you seen the movie Annihilation?
Yeah. I have seen Annihilation, yeah.
So you're well familiar with the moral of that movie, which is like the human tendency of self-destruction. Like
Sure.
at some point
And
at
that
some point in
bears
your
are
life,
terrifying. I really took
oh
away
my
from it.
god, dude, that scene fucked me up.
Yeah,
Holy crap.
Like the rest of that movie, I got to be honest with you, I wasn't a huge fan of Annihilation. I didn't hate it.
Really?
I didn't like it as much as I thought I was going to.
I like the metaphor.
I liked it too. I don't know. There was some about it. It just, the pacing was a little off for me.
The bear
something.
scene was good. The bear was good.
The bear spookle, I got to admit, it got me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was good. It's not a bad movie. I don't warn people away from it, but it's not a movie that stuck with me in the way that I thought it was, because I'm usually a sucker for those big visual spectacle kind of like philosophical films.
What about it disappointed you?
Some of the performances were lackluster. I'd have to watch it again, honestly. Maybe I'd feel a little different about it. That happens to me sometimes. I'll watch a movie once and I really don't realize I'm in a headspace that maybe is contrary to the film. And then I'll watch it again and I'll be like, oh, okay, all right, I get it. That's happened to me multiple times in my life. So it's very possible that I was just in a mood, having a mood. And
I brought it up because you were talking about, you said everybody wants to die some days. And, yeah, and like that whole like metaphor, that whole moral of at some point in your life you start down this path of self-destruction, and like that's where I was before I got this job, and before I was reading Dune, and before I was
make sure you don't stray from it, because I got to tell you, dude, there have been times in my life.
Hold on just a second.
Go ahead.
COVID hit in March.
Yeah.
Since March, I've been fucked mentally, totally and absolutely. I mean, incontrovertibly fucked.
You and about like fucking 80% of everybody else.
Right.
Dude.
So I'm not saying I'm special.
No. I didn't mean
truth.
it that way. I didn't mean it that way. I was just saying like me too and everybody else too.
Right. And so, like that movie Annihilation, it was like, wow. Since March, I've just been self-destructing.
Right. Like dude. I don't even know how to tell people, because I feel almost bad even bitching about it, because we've all kind of collectively gone through COVID. Now, people outside of America don't have the experience we have here in America. If you're a person that takes COVID seriously in America, it's been nonstop since fucking what, like April?
Right.
Or March? Wasn't it like mid-March when we locked down?
The first case was in February, I think. And then the lockdown was in March.
So,
and it was in my state too. It was in Washington, first case.
Right. And for some people, this has been really good, because it's actually led to improvements in their job. Like, I know a bunch of dudes from way back. I've told you about them before. Old website that I used to be on that I'm still on. We're all boomers now, and we still keep in touch. A lot of those dudes were going in to work, and now they work from home, and it's like permanent. Right. It's been and that's good for people. You know what I mean? Being able to do like a lot of these jobs are capable of moving home. My girlfriend's mom does her job from home, I'm pretty sure, or at least did for a time during the lockdown.
Right.
And so there's a lot of these jobs are becoming permanently work from home. So it's giving people options where they don't have to do this fucking commute, which once again, like little by little reduces the pollution, right? Because people aren't having to do their 40-minute LA commute, because now they can stay home. Right. I mean, it's a baby step. I'm not saying the world is saved or anything, but like, hey, positive, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you, for my mental state, COVID couldn't happen at a worse time.
Yeah.
Like, it really came at a time where I was in flux in a lot of ways personally. Like, not some of them not bad, but just in flux. I have a lot of that in my life. My life has been a series of these just little fits of really, really fighting myself, honestly. And I was in that. Man. And then this shit happens, and I'm already a paranoiac. I'm already a person that'll spin a narrative in his head and get lost in it sometimes. And it's like, this shit hits, and I'm just fucking scared.
Yeah.
And really what I'm scared about is not getting sick myself. I'm not really afraid of that. Like, if I die of that, I don't want to. I'm not saying I'm like, oh, give me, I'm ready to go, but I'm afraid that I'm going to spread it to somebody. I'm afraid I'm going to be somebody that doesn't get all that sick from it, but I'm going to be, so I've been fucking, dude, I've left my house to go to my doctor since March, to go to my doctor, to pick up medication, and on occasion to pick something up at a store or a shop or whatever. Mostly Amelia does that. Mm-hmm. She does the shopping, and I go to, and that's it. So
you're like the opposite of a hypochondriac. You're not worried other people are going to get you sick. You're worried that you're going to get other people sick.
I'm worried about getting sick too, but that means that because the reason behind that is because I would bring it home to her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I do.
I'd be sick and she would be too if I was out there fucking meeting with the guys.
It would kill you. You'd feel ultimately responsible.
There's a lot of people that give us shit. They're like, why don't you guys just do the fucking show in person? You can mask up, you could social distance. It's like, dude, there is no denying that we are safer apart. No denying it. They got families. Scotty's got kids. Fucking TJ's got a wife, and they go places and shit. And I'm not dogging on them for it. It's their choice. But they got contacts outside of themselves. I live in a fucking apartment building. There's like 800 people within the 1 square mile that I live on, right?
Right.
All those fucking people are running around on my lawn. I'm walking through their shit. It's like I'm a risk to everybody around me. That's how I felt since this started. And so I got to minimize that. I stay here. I order shit from DoorDash.
Right.
I get my groceries delivered.
Mm-hmm.
In a situation where I'm the type of guy that would like save some money and go grocery shopping probably.
Right.
I've learned to love the Instacart though. Whatever. It's worth the extra money. Fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, I was already tended towards being a hermit. But this has made me completely like, it's solidified that shit. And so it just put me in like this real, I don't think it was that, only that. It was a confluence of that and just all the personal life shit. All culminating kind of what felt like at the same time, And it pushed me pretty dark, man. I got pretty bad. Yeah. Right before COVID, too, I was not great. So it wasn't like it started with COVID. I don't know if you saw it or heard about it, but I had that episode where I literally passed out and hit the door face first.
Yeah.
Dude, that shit was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not that old. But the thing is, like, I've been to the doctors. They've looked me up and down. I've had brain scans and CAT scans and electrocardiograms. I had an echocardiogram recently, found nothing. So I've been told that there are just some people that are prone to this vasovagal syncope shit.
Right.
But it's exacerbated by stress, anxiety, and all that shit was rampaging in my life.
Yeah.
Out of control. Out of fucking control, dude. It's not the first time in my life.
In what would 2 months ago have been? August? Yeah, it was in August. In mid-August, I had a major medical episode too. I was bending down to fill my cat's food bowl, right? Yeah. And a bunch of fucking water came out of my nose. Like just out of nowhere. Like it was almost like like 2 streams of water just came out of my nose and I fainted. I went face first into the floor.
Was it blood?
No, it was water. It was just straight water.
You had water.
Straight water, yeah. Yeah, waterhead. Dude, I bent over, right? And I looked down and there's 2 streams of water coming out of my nose and I faint. I fall forward and hit my head on the floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happened?
And then, I went to the emergency room, right? Because I had a pretty major, I hit my head. I was bleeding, right? So my head's fine, but like something like a week ago,
Dude, hold on. Before you move on in the story, let me ask you a fucking clarifying question real quick. You don't think it was this blow to the head that knocked the last meme out of you? Do you think?
Dude.
Do you think the final meme was knocked out of your head when you fucking fainted, and then you woke up and got a job and you were like, I'm no longer meme lord. I am now.
No, Zombie Kenny is right. It was swimmer nose. Like a week
Swimmer
prior.
nose.
A week. It was a week prior to jumping into the Puget Sound with my friends, and the water was just in there for a week.
Oh.
I just had my sinuses were full of water, and I didn't even know about it for a whole week. Yeah, with disgusting like scum water. Because the Puget Sound isn't the cleanest body of water. You know, it's gotten a lot better. You know, Liberty Bay, Paulsbo, Washington has gotten a lot cleaner.
I used to live on Puget Sound, dude.
Yeah.
You know, I used to live right across Puget Sound from you.
Certain portions are much cleaner than others. We'll just say that.
Let me just say this, dude. I fucking would not jump in Puget Sound.
Okay, no,
I didn't see a part of Puget Sound that I would be cool with swimming in, but
where I'm at, the peninsula that I live on, Puget Sound is very clean.
All right, fair enough. I
But
didn't
it's
go
a
over
lot
to your
cleaner than it
side.
used to be. It is safe to jump in where there's no algae
over on
bloom
the
where I'm at.
over on the Bellevue / Seattle side, not so
It's
much,
nasty.
bro. Not so much, bro.
It's filled with industry.
Dude, the first time I went down to fucking Pike's Place with Ashley, we just went down to walk down there, smoke a J, and just chill and people watch and, you know, shop or whatever the fuck. And I looked, we went over to the fucking railing. There's a spot right by a fucking Pike's Place where there's a railing you can fucking stand on and look down. It's, you know, I looked down and the first thing I saw was a fucking condom floating down there. Just like bobbing in the Puget Sound, bro, right up against the pier. And I was like, bro, oh man, gross.
The first date I ever went on in junior high, we took the ferry from Bremerton to Seattle. The same ferry that I took to get to
come
you and hang out with you. Yeah, that massive fucking mistake. So I was 13 and I went on my first date. We took the ferry with my mom to Pike Place Market.
Yeah.
And I impressed my they had, you know, the fish market had this like giant monkfish hanging there, right? That they would like scare kids with by opening its mouth.
Yeah.
And I bent over and I looked right at her and I bent over and licked it. Just like dragged my tongue across this monkfish, this like rotten monkfish.
Yeah.
And she was like, ooh, ah.
Why?
And my mom it was just hilarious. I'm a meme lord, dude.
Man, that meme is not one I can get behind, dude.
I'm just saying.
That's a gross meme,
Pike Place
Jason.
Market. I love Pike Place Market for lots of different reasons.
You like licking disgusting fucking like half rotten blowfish at Pike Place Market, dude?
Yeah,
what kind of other degenerate shit have you done? What else are you selling at Pike Place Market? What else is available? What else is available? Dude, were you the source of that condom that I saw floating in Puget
I don't
Sound?
use protection.
Oh, okay, that's good to know.
I don't get laid.
Dude, there's a mystery from that day that I saw that condom that has always bugged me that I don't think I'll ever know the answer to. It has always bugged me because I've been recognized in public a few times. Not a bunch. TJ, pretty much every time, not every time, around here he doesn't get recognized for whatever reason. But like in LA or whatever, if you're out with TJ, if you're going to like a couple places with TJ and then back to the pad, somebody's going to see him and go, aren't you a dude that does a thing? At the very least, right?
Right.
It's happened to me like 5 times. And one of those times is very mysterious to me. So that day that me and Ashley went down to the Puget Sound, right, that I saw the condom, I started a live stream down there. And we were just smoking and walking around, and I was just doing like the walk and talk kind of live stream shit that people were doing. But I didn't have a little speaker box on my backpack that screamed the N-word when somebody paid $5 or anything. You know, I wasn't doing that. Yeah. I wasn't looking to invade on anybody's privacy like the other fucking stupid. But I was just doing like a little walk around. And there was this dude, right? So we walked over. I can't remember what it is, but there's this like curiosity shop, I think it's called, where it's like all kinds of weird toys and gadgets and shit in there, right? It's right there on the pier. And so I was like, yeah, let's go check this place out. And so I was going to walk in there. And as I'm walking in there, this dude walks out, right? And the first thought that went to my head was neckbeard. And that's not like, I'm not trying to be, because I'm a neckbeard, right?
Game recognized game.
But here's the thing. As I was thinking that, his eyes locked with mine, and he did that thing. Like, well, I say that thing. When I get recognized in public, people do this. They do that. They'll lock eyes with you, and then they'll just like look away, and then they'll look back real quick. It's like the realization. It's like a movie. It's like a double take that they do. Yeah. And so he does that, right? He comes out of there, and he's like, locks eyes with me, and he looks away, and he's like, and he walks up, and he's like, Paul Zigo? And I was like, yeah, dude, Paul Zigo, what's up, man? He's like, oh, my fucking God, bro. And he's like, anyway, fan, right? So I shake his hand. We're hanging out. And he tells me, like, he's not even from Seattle. He's there on some business trip. And he had some time between his classes or whatever that he had to go to. And he just happened to be down there, right? And so I took him at his word. But it was like a year later, I was telling that story to somebody because somebody asked me, like, you ever been recognized? And Ashley piped up, and you know Ashley as well as I do. Well, maybe not as well as I do, but you know Ashley. And she says, you don't even know that dude was telling you the truth. And I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean? And she was like, you were live streaming for like 45 minutes. He was probably just a dude from Seattle that like came to where you were and like heard you say you were going to the curiosity shop and like bolted over there. And I was like, fuck. You're right. Because like, what makes more sense, dude? What makes more sense? There's a dude who's on, and I don't even remember what he told me. He told me he was in some business and he got sent on which happens, right? They send you on these training trips where you got to go to these classes and shit. So that's what he told me. He's like, I'm in this business and I'm here for a conference and there's like a little class thing I got to do. And it's my free time. So I just decided to come down to Pike Place and here you are. But what I think actually happened is dude was straight up from Seattle, saw I was live streaming down there, went down there and engineered it and didn't just tell me because like, it's weird. That's what makes it weird. I believe that's true, but there was no reason for that because I told people on the live stream and 2 people ended up coming. So like other people walked up and were like, Paul, hey, we're here. You saw you were live streaming. And we end up walking with those people. But that dude, we invited him to like come with us. And he was like shady about leaving the curiosity shop. So I think he might have worked at the fucking curiosity shop.
You think he might have worked there?
Yeah, because he was
like... Where'd you get the idea that he worked there? Okay. Here's why. Number one, the reason I thought neckbeard is because he was almost kind of dressed steampunk. It wasn't like cosplay, but it was like that very like... long jacket and like I don't know how to put it, you know what I mean? Like he just like looked a little like he was going for a steampunk look and it looked like somebody that would work at the curiosity shop, number one. Number two, he's all jazzed that he ran into me, right? He's like, yeah, bro, fuck, dude, I can't believe I met you. Like this is, you know, like whatever. It was all love. It was great. But then I'm like, dude, you're just walking around down here like, and he's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, we're going to walk up here and we're going to take the fucking subway up to Capitol Hill and smoke a joint. You want to go? And he was like, you know, man, like, I really like, I got to probably get back to the hotel or whatever. But like, you know what? Thanks anyway, though. And I was like, all right. You know, maybe he did. Maybe he just like had some shit to do, but I have to believe that a dude that was that jazzed to see me is gonna blow off whatever fucking dumb class and just say he was sick or had the shits or something or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Well, if he was on an important trip for work,
maybe I guess like so. If they were going to fucking lose his job, then I don't expect him to lose his job for me. But if it was just some stupid thing that nobody's even going to take roll at anyway, like, come on. It'd be like me running into Trent Reznor and him going like, dude, do you want to fucking ride the subway over to this cool-ass pad and smoke a big fat joint with me? And I'm like...
Trent Reznor? You mean the guy that you pretended to be for months having phone sex with that chick?
Why do you think I chose the name Trent?
Yeah.
You think I just pulled that out of a hat, bro?
I know. I'm just saying that, like...
I mean, come on, get the net, Jason.
You meet with Trent Reznor and you're like, hey, I used to be you. I used you to get phone pussy.
For like 3 years, bro.
3 years? I thought it was a couple months.
No.
Oh my God. 3 years, dude. 3 years you kept up the kayfabe and got phone pussy?
Yeah. From my dad's spare room, bro.
Oh my God.
Starting at I was 15 when I started. I was 18 when it finally all came to a head.
Christ.
The phone assault, yeah, dude. No, that's actually it's actually a good point. Like I've jokeified that shit, but that woman was fucking like pushing 30. And there was a point like it was not long before she knew that I was way underage and she didn't give a shit.
Really?
No. Like I got busted for the whole fucking Trent thing pretty early in our relationship. And then we called it quits for like a month and then she hit me up again. And like the long and the short of it, like we had to go through the whole thing. You know how it is in relationships. Mm-hmm. But at the end of it, she was like, I don't care. And I was like, well, good, because neither do I, you know? I was a teenage boy. I didn't know any better.
I don't care now. Give me just a second. I'm going to go run a bubble bath.
Oh, dude, don't get me fucking started, dude. Don't.
I didn't know it was 3 years. Jiminy Christmas.
I mean, it wasn't, I don't think it was a full 3 years. It was two and change for sure.
Oh, my God, dude. Judas Priest. I thought it was
see, dude, Jason, this is a topic that I haven't even fucking gone into with you, I don't think, because this is shit that, like, I've only recently started to come to terms with.
Well, the only time that I ever heard about it in depth was your YouTube video where you told the story.
Right.
And that's, I mean, I don't know anything more than that video, really.
Well, that video, that story that I tell is carefully crafted so that I don't implicate anybody and blah, 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 this, that, and the other thing.
And you don't make her out to be a fucking ephebophile.
Right, which is like, at some point, like, that's got to be what she was, right? And see, this is the thing. So, I got on the internet at a time where it was like the fucking Wild West. And when I say the Wild West, I don't use it hyperbolically like people usually do when they say it's the Wild West. It was literally like, yeehaw, boys, anything fucking goes. And I was, I was like 11 and 12, right? Mm-hmm. Even younger, 10, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, dude, do you know how fast... Do you know how long it took before somebody approached me and did something inappropriate with me?
I am gonna say not very long.
Immediately.
Like on RuneScape when I was pretending to be a girl to get fucking money from people. Like people say some weird shit to you. They really do.
Immediately, dude.
Yeah.
See, back then, the whole internet, like the interaction thing, instant messengers weren't a thing yet. There was no social media. Mm-hmm. So it was all chat rooms for various, things. So there were sites that had chat rooms for different cities, and there were sites that had chat rooms. I don't even remember the ones I used to go to be honest with you, because they were just so numerous. It was all these different special, some of them were specifically for adults, but there was no gating back then. Like it would say on the website, 18 only. And of course, my little 10-year-old brain would go like, "Oh hell yeah!" and click on that. But the thing is like, when I got attention, was when I learned what ASL meant. Right. So it took me a minute because I wasn't there at the very fucking beginning, and so they'd already started to develop this language. And ASL is as old as the fucking hills.
Mm-hmm.
And once I learned that, because I just eventually got tired of fucking trying to guess. And I just asked, like, what is ASL? And then somebody was like, age, sex, location. And I was like, oh. And then I put together why these numbers were coming out after people asked that question and shit. And so I started answering. And I was honest. It was like 10, male, California.
Right. Oh, you were honest. You weren't going to pretend to be like...
No, because there was nobody watching. There was nobody...
Right.
Like, why would I lie? It's not like YouTube where you've got to pretend you're 18 or you get the kiddie tube. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I was just in a chat room, right? I wasn't there for sex.
Mm-hmm.
But people started doing this ASL check. And I'd be like 10 male, you know, and eventually I started being female too.
Oh, yeah.
Because once I was approached once and introduced to it, I wanted more of it. See, the fucked up thing about these types of predators is they prey on children at a time where, for me at least, that right around that age, puberty, right, is starting.
Mm-hmm.
And here you've got access to all of this sex, and you're not allowed to do this out in the real world, but here all these people are interested in, you know, doing whatever you want. Mm-hmm. And dude, it was immediate. Immediately, my going online stopped being about, I want to meet people and have fun and like hang out and play video games and talk, and to like, I'm going to go on there and I'm going to be a girl tonight. And that went on through, I was 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, all through my teens. I didn't stop doing it because eventually it became an outlet for bisexuality that I wasn't allowed to express. Mm-hmm. So if I wanted a dude, I could go and pretend I was a chick.
Right.
And find a dude. So anyway, fucked up though. And I know that shit is still horrible on the internet for that.
You're in good company, Paul. I did it too.
Oh, I'm sure you did.
Through lots of different video games, pretending to be a girl to siphon resources out of horny guys.
Of course.
It works. It just works.
No, I'm telling you.
Guys in puberty will give up their fucking RuneScape account they've been working on for years at the chance of seeing titties. They will. And that's what's fucked up about it. Is it like a semi-intelligent, you know, teenage boy on the internet back then, a semi-intelligent teenage boy on the internet back then could take advantage of so many people at the same time just by pretending to be a girl.
Dude, there were times where I had 3 or 4 full-blown adults, men and women, who were routinely sending me nudes, taking me private, doing the fucking, like, the best you could do back then was sexting, and they always asked for pictures of me too, and I was too fucking smart, and like I was like, nope, not gonna do it, dude. But everything else, that's what led to that relationship that started this conversation. I met that woman under those auspices.
In an argument chat room?
Like a fight room. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Fight room.
And then she and I like got into a fight in there, and we ended up going private, and it didn't start like wrong. And she thought at first that I was way older because I lied right out the gate. And I've sounded like this minus a little bit of the graveliness since I was fucking like 16, probably. Mm-hmm. It's when my voice finally settled in. So I sounded just like this, and I told her I was fucking 21, and she went with it. And she was 27, I think, at the time, 29 when we finally ended things. And yeah, I mean that whole relationship was set up. Like I set that whole up. The reason why, because like that story in a vacuum, people think like, oh, he just concocted this crazy lie. It's like no. I just did what I was like trained to do by the endless procession of other pedophiles and predators and shit that had groomed me into being what they wanted. This chick was unsatisfied with her husband, right? So here's the thing. She starts unloading all this personal shit on me and gives me this like, I don't know why I'm telling you all this stuff. And it wasn't sexual at all. She wasn't hitting on me. It was just like she was telling me, my husband's such a fucking, it was like he never wants to go out and he doesn't listen to music. And even when he does, it's like just like the same shit. He doesn't like any new music. He doesn't like to try out anything. He doesn't like, that type of shit. And I hadn't told her a fucking thing about me yet, except for my age, you know what I mean, and my name. And so I'm cataloging all this shit because I've been trained to zero in on people's kinks or what emotional need that they needed filled, right? And become that. And so because her husband was this uptight military geek that was on base all day, right? Leaving her at home in Alaska, of all fucking places, where she can't even go cheat because there's probably not another dick that's off base within a fucking 10,000 miles, right? And I mentally cataloged all that shit and came up with this character, struggling character, born in New York City, moved to California because he got kicked out of his home, trying to pursue music, trying to go to college, in a little band. Everything her husband wasn't. Not rigid, not slavishly working some job, living in Cali. Right? It's just so weird to come to the realization of like what all that was. Like adding that into the story makes it dark. Because the reason I was able to do that is because I was trained by other people that were way older than me that shouldn't have been engaging with me like that into how to do what they wanted and to how to pick up on it before they had to tell me, because that's hotter. Right? And there's a whole generation of kids that are doing this shit, by the way.
Oh yeah. I mean, I had the very last time that I did it was when I got caught. The very last time that I was pretending to be a girl on RuneScape was when I actually got caught by my mom, because I had given this guy my phone number, which was a really stupid idea. But the point was that
I did the same thing with that chick.
Right, but the point was that I was really, dude, I'm 13, 14 years old, right? I can do a fake, really convincing fake girl voice right now at 25. Back then,
I know.
Easy.
I've heard your pornography I'm coming scream.
Yeah.
It's too many times to fucking count.
Well, like, I had this persona. I had Michelle, right? And Michelle was super fucking convincing. And this guy was like, hey, what's your phone number? I want to call you. And I was like, this guy is about to give me like 10 fucking mil. Back then in RuneScape, when 10 mil was a lot of money.
Right.
10 mil was a year's salary in RuneScape. So I just go, fuck it. Why not? Well, my mom was smart enough to get on the line when the phone call happened, and she listened to the whole thing. And after the phone, she let it end. She didn't announce herself, She let the phone call end, and she immediately came into my room, and she was like, that guy's a pedophile, right? And I was like, what? And she said, she banned me from the computer and from the phone, right? And she blocked his number. Well, first she called him and told him the truth.
Right.
And then she did the best thing that she could have ever done, which is fucking ban me from the computer. And I kind of got bored with RuneScape after that.
Dude, people with the internet and shit, I don't know how your parents were. They caught you, so they must have been savvier than mine were, because my parents didn't have a fucking clue I did any of this. Still to this day, if they haven't watched...
Yeah.
Like if they haven't watched one of these Highdeologies or whatever, or watched the videos where I tell that story, they still don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just like I was just in this window where like the kids really embraced this technology and a lot of adults embraced it, but there was this whole kind of like actual boomers generation that never really got it and were kind of like hands off with it and didn't really understand what it was going on, because they used it for a very narrow thing, like playing a specific game or going
or
to
AOL.
AOL and keeping in touch with grandma and all that shit, right?
Right.
So
Yep.
I just skated on it, you know what I mean? And it,
Hello?
yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello?
Oh, hold on, let's try this again.
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I
All
lost
right.
you for a second.
Yeah. Okay.
So, no, my parents had no fucking clue. My mom after that still didn't understand what the impetus was to deceive somebody on the internet for resources in a video game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she just knew that guy was, she just wanted to protect me from a possible pedophile. Like, she was a good mom, and she,
Sure.
you know, but she was smart enough to get on the phone because I was answering a call she didn't recognize, right? So that was where she stepped in. But the whole internet thing, like, she never come in and ask me, "Oh, hey, what are you doing on the computer?" Like,
Right.
she assumed because the internet was a generational thing that I knew what I was doing
There was
and that I
just
should
a
be left
lack.
alone.
There was like a lack of curiosity.
Yeah,
Like my parents
yeah,
would
there
look
was.
over
She was
my
a busy woman.
shoulder because it wasn't like full-fledged porn back then, right? So it wasn't like
Right.
I couldn't get that shit. So my mom would look over my shoulder when she walked in and see just like a chat room, and she'd be like, "Oh, you having fun?" And she'd grab my fucking laundry or whatever it was she was there for.
Mm-hmm.
And she'd leave, and that was it. There was like no like I want to read what you're doing, because if she'd done that, I'd have been fucked.
Right.
Well, I would have not been fucked. If you get my drift,
You would have just exited out of it.
right? No. She would have caught me, and then I would have not been. I would have, you know what I mean? I probably would have not been allowed to be on the internet. But there was no curiosity about it, you know.
Right.
There was no like, what you doing? And my dad was even more detached. Like, he probably knew because he taught me how to build a computer and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't think he gave a fuck. Like, he didn't care. He didn't, like, as long as I went to school and got good grades, what I did in my free time, which is kind of, part of that's kind of cool, and part of that's kind of like fucked up, you know? Like, if you're not taking an interest in what's going on.
Yeah, my brother and I definitely, my parents didn't know what they were getting into buying a computer and letting their kids use it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because my brother and I, my brother not so much, because he's actually a good person. But I definitely used the internet to the full extent of taking advantage of people in chat rooms and RuneScape and, Mabinogi. So much Mabinogi.
Oh my God. Don't even.
That's where I met Ashley.
No, I know.
And
that's why I was going to tell you, don't fucking trigger me with that fucking game, dude.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
I never want to hear the name Mabinogi spoken ever again.
That's not even how it's pronounced. But yeah.
Whatever. Mabinogi or whatever.
Yeah, it's just Mabby. But like, holy cow. What a like the internet, what a coming of age concept. What a coming of age concept to be doing nothing but taking advantage of people you will never meet. You will never see them again.
Well, it was really you that was being taken advantage of, because they were giving you digital pixels and gaining access to your underage nudes and chats and lewds and sexiness.
But
time that they should not been. They like that shit's illegal.
Right, but it was the transfer was initiated on my part. You know what I mean? Like, I was never not in control.
That doesn't matter though, dude. Like,
right.
That's the thing, is like that's why all those dudes got busted by fucking Chris Hansen or whatever back in the day. You know what I mean? Because they would have somebody pretend to be a little kid and go like, "I'm 12 and what's a penis?" And these dudes would be like, "Let me show you."
Yeah.
You know, come over to my house. You know, it doesn't matter who initiates it, dude. You're a minor. You don't know better. They're a fucking grown ass man they know better. You know what I mean?
But the point was that you can't like erase the fact that you did that to people.
right.
Even if I can't consent because I'm a minor, I can't consent to doing any of it. I still did it. It's
Right.
still real.
Sure.
I took advantage of people.
Dude, what is going on with the fucking? We just dropped like half the viewers of the stream just disappeared. I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm just looking at the stream analytics. Okay, now it makes sense. Never mind. It's fine. It's just so weird. YouTube is such a fucked up, like wonky ass platform.
Yeah, it is.
I'm sitting here looking at their like brand new YouTube Studio live streaming suite that's supposed to give you all this information, so at a glance you can see how your stream is doing, and it's just useless gobbledygook nonsense that's totally unreliable. Like, it just told me I was just looking at it and I loaded it and it said I had 60 viewers.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what? Last time I looked, I had like 180 viewers, and then I go back, I reload the page, and it says I have 175 viewers. and then there's this there's this little graph too, and the graph even showed like the precipitous like stock market crash of fucking 1919 fucking line. Just I was like, what the fuck happened? It never happened. It was just YouTube like making me think something was wrong, because YouTube doesn't just not give you features. It actually makes features that work against you as a streamer and a person that uses the platform. That's another little YouTube lore secret, is like all their tools are made to make you feel bad about yourself.
Did DP ever have Styx Hexenhammer on as a guest? Did they ever have him, or did they just have Razor Fist?
I know they had
Did they ever
Razor
have
Fist.
Styx?
Dude, I was on most of DP once they started getting those types of guests and shit. So I would have been on with him if they did, or it would have been one of the rare shows I wasn't on. I don't remember him, but that might just be because he's like really bland to me. Like, I've never watched the dude. I don't get it.
Right.
So yeah, he might have been. But
maybe I'm just remembering the episode they had Razor Fist on, because they look similar. They wear, they wear black.
Yeah.
They both have long hair and fucking mustaches.
All right, Jason, entertain the people for 1 second, and I'm gonna take a leak, and then you can take a leak too.
Okay.
I'll relieve you when I come back. Entertain the people. Don't let me down, Jason. Make them laugh, and don't get my channel banned.
I won't. So chat. There's this really cool thing about bees. I'm going to tell you guys about bees. I know a lot about bees. I know bee facts. So bees communicate by dancing. Okay. When they need to get when an individual bee finds something out in the open, out in real life, they come back to the hive and they have 3 ways of communicating to the hive exactly what they found, where it is, and how important it is. Okay. They have the duration of the dance. So bees communicate to each other by dancing. They stand in the middle of the hive where they can be seen by everybody. And the duration of the dance, okay, tells the other bees, how far away it is. The duration of the dance, okay? The direction the bee is facing tells the other bees where it is. And the speed of the dance tells the other bees how important it is of a concept, whether it be food, whether it be just anything, a rival nest, a rival like bees versus wasps, whatever it is, its importance is highlighted by the intensity of the dance.
You have failed.
I did?
You have failed, Jason.
Really?
You talked about bees for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. I talked about how bees communicate with each other by dancing.
Talked about bees?
Yeah, I know a lot about bees. I know a lot about them.
Oh, all right. Well, the people seem to have liked it.
Were you listening to the stream?
No, I just got back.
Do you want me to tell you what I said?
Well, I heard the end about like the speed of the dance and yada yada. So yeah, I heard.
Yeah, yeah. So bees tell each other stuff by dancing, and I'll just give you a summary, a really quick summary. The intensity of the dance tells the other bees how important it is.
Uh huh.
So if it's food, it's an intense dance. A really fast dance tells the other bees it's a lot of food. Okay. The direction of the bee's butt when it's dancing tells them the direction of the food source, and the duration of the dance tells them how far away it is.
Well, there you go. The more you know.
Yeah.
So Jason, let's do this.
Okay.
Let's get together. Do you still have fucking EverQuest installed?
I do not.
How? Why?
I got a new computer.
Well, you got to do it again.
Okay, well,
you have to do it again, Jason.
Mhm.
And this time, we don't have to play every time. We can grow as friends, Jason, outside of video games. But I would like, because I spend a lot of my free time playing video games.
Mm-hmm.
So if you you got to meet me halfway here.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of the reasons we became friends is because the free time that I did have, I spent.
What was me teaching you how to play Dota 2?
Well,
Yes.
yeah, but I was interested in games. I did a lot of gaming and shit. So
Mhm.
we bonded over that shit. So we can't ignore that shit, Jason.
Right.
There has to be a game. We always have to have a Dota 2, Jason.
You and I did our first, because I didn't have an understanding of how the game worked, and you had to teach me. Our first playthrough of EverQuest was cursed. It was cursed.
Well, we can do it correctly. And we don't even have to restart because we didn't do it wrong. We just fucked up in a bad place. We can get our shit back. Look, here's the thing.
Are we still going to be on blue? Because there's a new server.
We got to restart, basically, which sucks because some fucking dude gave me everything. You remember my priest?
Paul, you and I know how to pedal, dude.
That's true.
We do.
That's true. When they ask ASL, I'm going to say M10 California.
You and I know
is that illegal?
You and I know it. I don't think it is, because you are an adult. I don't think pretending to be a kid as an adult is illegal.
Man, I hate that this moral conundrum has come up.
You and I both know that there will always be one person sitting around in each dungeon waiting to just hand shit out. They exist.
Yeah, they do. You're right. We'll find that person and exploit them to the max. But we can do this, Jason. Because here's the thing: with two of us, we can get through the whole. We can level all the way to the cap, and it's way easier. It takes way less grinding and time because if we pick right. See, we got to stop. Anyway, we'll go over it, Jason. Because nobody wants to hear us talk about fucking EverQuest. Nobody cares.
Right.
It's still installed, so I still have it. So you got to go through all the bullshit again.
Right. I'll fix everything, and because I got a new computer, a better computer, and I'll have to do that whole rigmarole, right?
Yeah.
And I'll do it right.
It's a bunch of bullshit, but at the end of it is EverQuest.
Do you still have all
Jason.
those relevant links?
Well, they're all on the website. You got to go to the fucking.
Okay.
There's a whole tutorial. That's where I got them from. I went to the fucking website and I just pulled.
With that tutorial in front of me, I could do it in a half hour. Get everything done in a half hour.
Yes, probably. I would say that's probably the case.
That's how long it took me last.
It'll probably take you longer to download the client than anything. But anyway, yeah, dude. So let's do that. It's been a pleasure talking to you. It was actually good talk, dude.
Yeah, I miss the fuck out of you, dude. And
I miss you too, dude.
You're
a good guy.
I didn't want any sort of like revival of our friendship to be at a point where I was self-destructing. You know what I mean?
Well,
like
I'm happy for you, dude.
This is a very good time in my life. I'm doing really well. I love my job. And if you can be the end of my day, like I go to work for fucking 10 hours and I come home. If you can be the end of my day, Paul, like I'm just gonna learn how to love you again. I am.
Well, I never forgot how to love you, Jason.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna relearn. I've always loved you, Paul, but
I know, Jason.
It's like, I don't know.
Well, I love you, dude. Have a good night.
Love you too. Thanks for calling me.
Yeah, buddy.
It's been a blast.
All right.
Good night,
bye.
chat. Good night.
All right. We'll do some solo time now. The bees did him in, man. He really dropped the ball with them bees. I'm sorry. I like bees too, but come on, man. Bees. No, I'm kidding. I love Jason, clearly. Yeah, that was a nice little conversation. Unexpected. I was geared up for another angry, angsty thing. But hey, you know, Jason and I weren't always that way. We had our calm nights. We had our good nights and our bad, you know. This is a good one. You know, friendship is complex, man. You can't really choose your friends. I really found that. Like, you don't really go out and pick your friends off a tree, you know. They kind of come into your life and you can't get rid of them. Even if you want to, sometimes you just don't. How did I meet him? So I met Jason. I used to do on this channel, I used to do this thing called Stick Ham and Beer, where I would go into Stick Ham and then I would stream on YouTube and a bunch of people would come into my room and we would talk. And Jason was one of those dorks. He was like fucking, I don't know, 17 or 18 when we met. We started having a dorky conversation about MOBAs, and he told me he was pretty good at Dota 2. And I was interested in learning how to play the fucking game. And so I told him, yeah, dude, whatever, I'll download it. And he gave me his info, and we just started playing games together. Like, he taught me how to play that game, and that's how we became friends. It was like he immediately jumped in. He took it real serious. He was like, I'll show you, you know, this, that. And then eventually we became friends, and it became real toxic because we started yelling at each other and blaming each other for everything. But it was hilarious. Like, I've often thought to myself, like, because here's the thing. Number one, the shit that went on in those calls was hilarious. But in the woke culture that we live in, it would be there were a lot of gamer words. You have to remember, I met Jason way back in the day, back in the gamer words time, the dark gamer words times where, you know, I mean, I think you guys understand what I'm saying when I say gamer words, right? I mean, I'm cosplaying as Vosh, right? I assume you guys have heard about gamer words. For those of you that don't know what I mean the N word, the F slur, etc., right? Saying those not necessarily because you're a racist, but just to kind of like get a rise out of people. Yeah. And so I've often thought, like, dude, it would be fucking hilarious if I had been recording all of those, or especially those, like, the first, like, 6 months of me and Jason becoming friends, because it got so toxic and it was so hilarious. I would die laughing because he would rage harder than anybody. Like, he's the only person that I've ever met that rages harder than me. And that's saying something, because I rage real hard. It's a different kind of rage when it comes from Jason. Jason just explodes. Like, he unloads every kind of venomous, or at least he used to. I don't know if he's like that anymore. Well, I guess I'll see when I play EverQuest with him. No, and I love Jason. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why. He's a smart guy. We've known each other a long time. He's funny. He makes me laugh. He never fails to make me fucking laugh. So, good times, but... And, you know, since this went well and Jason seems interested, maybe we'll have him on as a, you know, a little guest on Highdeology here and there. Too much of a good thing, you know. You don't want to do that, but he can be one of those dudes. He can enter the rotation. And you're known as Salty Paul. I know. Well, I got to tell you guys, dude. And Jason, if he was still here, he would fucking back me up on it. But so what else is going on in the world today? Jason for perma co-host of Highdeology. We'll see. He's got to earn that, dude. He's got to earn that one for me. But what have I missed this week? Because we're doing Flash Fried soon, and I got to start thinking about, like, what stories am I gonna bring to the fore? So what are the big stories that have happened this week so far, and like the end of last week, since the last Flash Friday is what I'm asking. What happened in Nigeria? Oh, dude, Amy Waffle Cone got. Did she get it? Did they rip fucking RBG's little dress off of her corpse and throw it on Amy now? She in? Oh no, man, this is gonna be a real doomery fucking Flash Friday tomorrow. I could tell already. Oh no. Well. So they literally reached into RBG's fucking coffin and tore that fucking justice robe off of her. Well, see, I don't watch the fucking news. Fuck you, cynic. I don't watch the news, dude, because I cover the news once a week. So I catch up on my news once a week, and then I don't spend my whole day jerking off like a zoo monkey to every little thing that comes out. Like, it turns out, like, my life isn't any different because I didn't know that Amy Coney Barrett was fucking, you know what I mean? Because I found out now and not like when it happened earlier today or yesterday or whenever. Like, my life trajectory has not been altered, dude. It's okay. We don't got to go back in the DeLorean and fix the timeline. Like, I'm not, like, I did that for a while and I just don't, man. It's not good for my mental health, if you get my drift. To be immersed in all the bad news that never ends. I can take it one day a week, though. I can take it on the chin one day a week. But I try and limit it. There's one news story that I'm going to have to be following that I guess I can talk with you guys about. And usually the weather is pretty banal. But how about that Hurricane Zeta, dude? The most sinister of all so far, Hurricane Zeta, is, you know, the current model has it slapping right where I live. Hurricane Zeta, dude. Oh, man. Fuck me. We already had Beta. Like, we already had Hurricane Beta. It already happened. Or Tropical Storm Beta or whatever it was. Zeta, like the Greek letter. Yes, they ran out of letters for names because there were too many storms. So now they're using the Greek alphabet. So Hurricane Zeta is on track to make landfall here sometime in the afternoon to evening on Wednesday. And the current track has it making landfall right on top of us. Which means that we've been dodged a couple of times and we might not get dodged by this one. We might get a lot of rain. I'm not too worried about it. I live on the second floor of an apartment building and also in an area that is at least above sea level, although still prone to flooding. So hopefully it, I mean, we're always safe. You ain't got to worry about that. Why are you being censored? Well, you're either saying a gamer word, which I've done my best to censor out of my chat, or YouTube has decided that it doesn't want to see your chat. Either way, you know, nothing I can do for you, bro. Hurricane Mew. Dun, 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 dun. Good night, Garcon, the guy. Have a good evening. Well, that explains a bit. Yep. I know I tried the N-word too, BS. Dude, Cynic, you're such an edgelord, bro. One of these days, you're going to have your Jason awakening, man. 'Cause you're still riding this fucking edgy shit, this free speech absolutism shit that's just fucking, I don't know, dude. It's so 2005, you know what I mean? Ever dealt with unrequited love? Sure, dude. I mean, that's like part of... I really feel like everybody should have one unrequited love. Because you really got to experience the fucking truth that life is not a movie or a fairy tale book. There's no destiny. And just because you feel some way about somebody doesn't mean they feel that way about you. But I wrote unrequited love pretty much all the way through high school. I've told you guys the story of my, high school shenanigans. And I chased one girl, It does suck, but it's also formative. Like, it's like you got to harden your heart a little bit to exist in this world, man. And unrequited love is only really destructive if you let it go on forever and ever. If you don't move on when it's clear that the other person has and isn't coming back, you know what I mean? Then you're in that fucking, you're in that zone. Emotional crutch girl. Well, I don't want to paint her like that because I was a stupid ass fucking teenager. She was a stupid ass fucking teenager. But no doubt I loved her. Like I said it then, and I'll say it now. I loved her. My first love. Aw, isn't it sweet? I love you, Jenny. I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is, Jenny. How much of that relationship do you still hold on to? Just the lessons and good memories of it, honestly. She was a cool chick, and I don't regret the time I spent with her. It wasn't total bullshit. We were good friends. She kind of strung me along, and that sucks, but she was a teenage girl. What are you going to do? I got to fool around with her a couple of times, but as far as us being like high school sweethearts and shit, which is what I thought we were going to be. We were going to be like that high school sweetheart couple that gets married and has kids and all that shit. And like, she wasn't into that. She didn't want that. She didn't want that. And she didn't want that from me. As far as I know, she's still single. She's my age. So maybe she's just a person that, wasn't interested in that whole fucking commitment shit and didn't know how to say it. Wasn't in on the game or whatever. Yeah, exactly, Jessica. Married at 18, divorced at fucking 30 if you're lucky. 25 usually is when it sinks in. The reality of the mistake. It's like, oh. What have we done? We hate each other. Paul, can my main profile be unblocked, good sir? Hit me up on fucking Twitter about it. Don't bother me here about it. And if you're lucky, I'll fucking read your DM request at some point and I'll unblock it. Just make sure you put the name of your main account or whatever. And I'll get around to it eventually one of these days, maybe, if you're fucking lucky. You got shit canned over here, dude. You can do one of two things. You can either A, hit me up on Twitter and wait for me to get around to it. Or B, just kind of cross your fingers and hope I do a wipe again, which I do pretty like once in a while. I go in and I just clean out the ban list. So them's your options. How's that? I saw this streamer on Twitch, Asmongold. He actually makes content out of it. He has people send these like ban requests to a special email, like unban requests, I mean. And he forces them to fill out a form, including like what they did wrong and why it was wrong and why they won't do it again. And it's pretty fucking funny. So maybe I'll start doing that with you guys. Maybe I'll set up like a unban me at Highdeology.com or some shit. I don't know. I'll figure something out. I'll steal his idea because that is pretty good. I'll just let him build up, and then I'll go through and I'll be like, all right, I'll unban this dude and go do it live on the stream. And then like, nope, this guy's not taking it seriously. This is a troll. This guy doesn't understand what he done did. So they got to tell me why they were banned, what they're going to do to fix it, how they've changed since they're banning. I love it, dude. I have respect for people that run their communities like I do because it's hard, but it's fun. Like so many people suck the dick of the community, and it gets so boring for me watching streamers that are just like, "Thank you, oh my god, positivity, oh my, thank you." It's like you got to poke the bear, man. Isn't Asman a bit right wing? I don't really know his politics, TBH. I don't watch him enough to know his politics. I know he plays World of Warcraft a lot. And he's pretty funny. Each repeat ban is another $5. First ban, $5. Second ban, $10. Oh, shit. Sarah, that might be smart. Pay for unban? Would that be illegal on YouTube? Would they bean me for that? Would they be like, you are, dude. Yeah, first unban, because that's fair. Maybe the first unban is just $1. Maybe we started even lower because they can't bitch, right? $1. Like if you've got a phone, you got $1. You know what I mean? And at the very least, you got to have a phone to be watching me. So if you got a phone, you got $1. So it's like you got to give $1, dude. You get banned, you want to get unbanned, you give $1. And then I write your name down, and then if you come back to me again the next time, it's $5. You know what I mean? And then you bitch about it, and you go, wait a minute, I thought it was $1. And I go, no, dude, this is a tiered system. The first one is $5, and then I get you, the first one is $1, and then I get you on the comeback. You know what I mean? Ban bucks. Yeah, dude. Ban bucks. I love it. I love it, dude. I'm going to steal this idea and pretend like 6 months from now, I'll be telling you guys all the story about how I came up with this brilliant idea on my own. And you guys will all be frantically looking for this stream, but it'll be lost in a bunch of other unrecognizable streams. What the best idea I ever had, dude. Ban bucks, dude. Capitalism time, baby. I could even start it lower because I think you can give like 50 cents on YouTube through Super Chat. I really think you can. Sometimes people give like 99 cents and shit. So I could even start it lower and really make it fair. Like, dude, you fuck up one time, 50 cents. Come on. Put the nickel in the naughty jar. But dude, the second time you come back to me, it's dollars. And then the next time you come back to me, it's multiple dollars. And then the next time you come back to me, it's like we're getting into 3-digit territory, and you're starting to question of whether or not it's worth it, you know? Make people pay to try and troll me. Yeah, dude. It's beautiful. Dollars from the damned. I could force people to do it so rigidly, too. I could say, like, if you want to be considered, you have to start your message with dollars from the damned, and then explain what you did wrong and explain why you're going to stop, and then send the appropriate amount of money because I'm keeping track. That's dope. I won't do it. It's too much for me, but it's smart. Maybe I'll run it by TJ because he don't give a fuck. Maybe he'll do it. I can reap the benefits by watching it. It's too evil genius for me, dude. Just watched Leaving Las Vegas. I enjoyed it. I'm glad. You should have. It's a fantastic movie. A little bit depressing, but hey, what are you going to do? Sometimes a movie's got to be depressing. For 99 cents in Super Chat is, so characters, 50 characters. I think it's too small to write, and I'm sorry letter. Yeah, that does kind of suck. How do we get around that? Maybe you just have to send in a specific phrase, the name of the account you want unbanned, and the appropriate amount, and then immediately in chat explain with your alt why you want your main unbanned and why you deserve to not even have your alt banned. Because if at the end of it you don't answer me correctly, your alt will also be banned, even if you've paid. You pay for the entry into the fucking king's court, okay? You pay the tithe when you walk into the king's court. And then if I ask you some questions and you meme on me or you don't answer right, then I kick you out anyway, and you're fucking alt. Dude, I'm starting to like this idea more and more. The more I refine it, the more I like it. I watched Borat too. It's pretty funny. It's a little heavy-handed on the, I don't know, social commentary angle in ways that I don't think it needed to be. But whatever. It was funny. It wasn't as funny as the good one. Or as the, sorry, oops, Freudian slip. It wasn't as good as the first one. Same shtick, yeah, it's a little tired, you know. Whatever, it was funny. Like a lot of the people in this movie were in on it. When, you know, the first movie, clearly a lot of the people were not. Or at least not in on it to the extent they were in this one, so. Was that Rudy stuff real? Yeah. That's the big moment, right, that has everybody talking, is like he actually got this actress he hired to play his daughter in the movie in the room with Rudy, and then got him in to go into the hotel bedroom with her and start pulling his dick out. So, you know, that moment is pretty fucking funny, but it comes towards the end of the movie. The rest of the movie, it's funny. You know, it has its moments where it's funny, has its moments where it's touching, but not overly sappy, you know, just kind of touching in a fun way. And then it has its moments where it's kind of preachy, I guess. I just think that there were some moments in the film where they could have kind of imparted the same kind of, you know, idea without overtly presenting it. You know what I mean? Could have been a little more subtle, but then again, Borat is not really about subtlety, so maybe I'm asking a little much. Yeah, I mean, if you've already got Netflix, what do you got to lose, you know? Give it a watch. If it sucks, turn it off, you know? I don't know what to tell you. Or Prime. Whichever. I loved it, though, and I actually like it as much as the first. Also like how it bookends the first movie with the running of the... Yeah. It was good. I mean, I liked it. Like, I didn't dislike the movie. I just didn't like it as much as I liked the first one. And it wasn't as funny as the first one to me. But, it was a little more scandalous than the first one. They got Rudy Giuliani to reach in his pants and pull that old wrinkly dick out. And now they're having to account for that shit, too. Like, Donald Trump has had to talk about that dick coming out. He said it was a tuck on Twitter. Rudy Giuliani was tucking in his shirt after an interview. It was a tuck where he was laying back on a bed in front of a hot 20-something reporter that he just did an interview with. You know, I'm sure every time Katie Couric does an interview, she goes into a hotel room with the dude she's interviewing, and he, like, lays back on the bed and tucks his shirt in. You're tucking your shirt in right now. Oh, shit, dude. It was a tug, not a tuck, dude. Rudy just is a good man and thorough. Yeah. He's a good man and thorough. I did see Color Out of Space. I liked it. If you want to see what I thought about it, you can read my review of it over at my Letterboxd. I believe it's Letterboxd Paul's Ego, like, you know, letterboxd.com/Paul's Ego. It might be Zigo with a Z. But yeah, I saw Color Out of Space. It was good. I enjoyed my time with it. I think some parts of the first Borat are too irrelevant now, so maybe making a second one was a good thing. I don't know. I kind of wish he would have come up with another character to do it with. I know everybody loves Borat, but Sacha Baron Cohen's kind of known for inhabiting different characters, and it just kind of felt weird to see him like doing the old shtick again. But whatever. The girl was the new character. No shit. Are you serious, though? I mean, in a way he did, didn't he? The Borat character was a baseline, and then he played a character on top of that in certain places. Sure. Kinda. Sort of. He played Borat playing another character. I like Ollie G, but he's a little hard to understand for me sometimes because he, you know, it's from the British Isles. You still cool with TJ? Can I, dude? You want me to let you in on a little secret? This is gonna blow some minds, dude. You ready to have your minds blown? So, an episode went up on our Patreon recently, right? Where TJ and I get in a pretty fucking good fight. We get in a good, like, TJ and I usually will argue and bicker sometimes, but it's pretty rare for us to blow up at each other. It's one of the only times, maybe the only time that we've done it. And we kind of blew up at each other, had a big fight. And we uploaded the episode that fight happens on. And everybody's like, well, not everybody, but there was like a contingent of people that were like, this is a sign that GFF is doomed. Guys, it's the beginning of the end. The way they were yelling at each other, that's indicative of a friendship that's breaking down. Reminds me of the end of DP. Some of the fights that would happen had a certain viciousness to them. I heard that same viciousness in this fight. Surely it means something. Meanwhile, here in reality world, that show was filmed over 3 months ago. TJ and I have filmed 30 shows together in that space, some of which have been made public and the most of which have been put in our archives. We're fine. You know what I mean? So all the armchair fucking psychologists can chill the fuck out. Like, we're grown ass men. We're not like teenagers. We're not in the 8th grade. We don't have a fight and like fall out forever. We're businessmen. We're in business together. Like, we work out our shit, and there really wasn't even much to work out. At the end of that show, you know what me and TJ both said? Well, that's going to be a popular one. Like, we almost finished each other's sentences. We said it at the same time. Well, that one's going to do good. Stop what? Tell me to stop it again, Centrovert, and see what happens. I want you to test me, dude. Meet me in the street. All right, can somebody ban Centrovert for me when you guys take care of that? Not a timeout, a full-blown gone forever, has to make another fucking account because he's too dumb to fucking test me. You're going to be my first ban buck, dude. I will not unban you unless you pay me 50 cents and go through the ban bucks process. So, eat a dick. Oh, you're always holding court when you're here in Highdeology. Those of you that know that and go with the flow never get banned. Everything's fine. Those of you that got this like rebellious streak where you want to have your own opinions and shit, and you want to be okay, like where it's okay to dissent and stuff. Those like the few of you that are like that, you're constantly getting banned. You know, just the way it is. I mean, you don't have to like it. You just have to endure it if you want to be here. Oh, Cynic. Cynic the edgelord, dude. The perpetual edgelord Cynic. Writing dubstep. Memeing on the patriarchy. Stuck in like 2015, dude. Still thinks SJWs are a problem. Good old Cynic. You're going to start working on a Bandbox app? Oh my God, dude. That would be so dope, Sarah. Dude, if there was a Bandbox app and you could make me the admin of it or like a mod on it or whatever I needed to be so I could make sure that everything went through. Come up with like a little form they got to fill out. Oh my God, dude. This Bandbox thing. I'm going to be a quadrillionaire. Fuck Jeff Bezos. I'm gonna pull up beside Jeff Bezos in a Lambo and then leave him in my dust, dude. I'm gonna be the world's first quadrillionaire. I'm gonna get $1 from every man, woman, and child on this planet twice or 3 times over, dude. Being banned and going through the Bandbucks process will become a rite of passage on the internet. Highdeology will become the nexus. Oh my God, dude. I gotta tell you guys. I hate living with allergies. It makes my day consist of mostly like feeling my own snot drip down the back of my throat. It's so gross and I hate it so much, but there's really like not a lot I can do. I can take some Benadryl, but that makes me kind of sleepy. And that's about it. You're allergic? Yeah, me too, dude. I'm allergic to pet dander, so I got 2. So right here in the house, I'm just automatically. But my worst allergies, the ones that really fuck me up, are the pollen, dust, mold. And like I live in the fucking capital of all 3 of those things, especially mold. There's extra mold down here in Louisiana, if you get my drift. I used to believe in allergies. Oh my God, Cynic. I don't even want to start with you, bro. Pardon me. Pardonnez-moi. Anyway, this has been going for a long time. So I'm going to go ahead and stop now and wind myself down for the day. Hope you all enjoyed yourself. It's been real, it's been fun, but it hasn't been real fun. Thank you to all. Good night.